What's your dirty little secret?
Okay, so one time I was walking around on TGE Beach a few years ago and I wanted some snacks, but I left my wallet in my house, so me hungry young and dumb thought acting homeless was the best idea to get some cash. Well, 20 minutes into me sitting on a curb, some weird guy walks up to me and says, "Hey, you're kinda cute for a homeless guy, I'll give you some money if you do something for me." At that point I wanted to leave, but my dumbass stayed and followed him to a dark alleyway. Then he turns to me and says, "How much to watch you shit?" And I stood there for a few minutes just taken back. I said $500 joking, and he pulled out a stack of cash. So I hate to say this, but I got paid for shitting in an alley, but the food was worth it. 10 tenths would be homeless again.
How did you shit on command?
I knew I was going to see this cute guy at dinner. So I picked out a very sexy V-neck bodysuit. Of course, there was absolutely no way to wear a bra with it. I took my chances. But during dessert, I had a major nip slip. It just popped out. I had no clue what had happened until he finally awkwardly pointed it out. I'd been sitting there, eating sorbet with my boob out.
Double the dessert for him, I guess.
There I was. Sorbet on my titties.
My ex told me to drug her and do with her what I wanted. So I drugged her and played video games all night with friends. She still thinks I fucked her multiple times that night. Not my thing. But she wouldn't stop pestering me about it. Holy fuck, the comments. We were playing EverQuest. E2. Silver. Thanks. What do I do with it?
That's kind of a clean little secret.
There is an old bathroom in the warehouse where nobody but me and my boss, who doesn't go there, has access to. It is hidden behind a wall of boxes. 4 other doors and with no electricity. But the plumbing works. I have my personal toilet in there. And I regularly steal toilet paper from our shared bathroom and take it in there. Our bathroom we share upstairs is shitty AF. That one down there is a paradise. But there is no way in hell I am ever telling anyone.
Reminds me of that one episode of B99.
I sharted at my best friend's wedding. Spent 40 minutes in the toilet cleaning up and threw away my underwear in the middle of a field.
Semi-related to this. At a wedding I was once at, I had a really bad stomachache. The kind that needs a follow-up visit to the toilet pretty soon. But I couldn't get away to do that all day as I was a groomsman and had minor things to do. Later in the evening, I'm at almost maximum capacity and need to release some excess gas. A huge crowd had gathered around a table playing beer pong. And I dropped the biggest / smelliest fart of all time at the table. Within seconds people picked up on it. Yet I tried to play it cool. As people's heads turned in my direction to see who it was that had dealt it, there was another person present right next to me. It was the head bridesmaid, and she was very drunk. So drunk she couldn't even process the smell of what had just been dropped right next to her. Despite everybody else in the near vicinity clocking it. I put on a mild show. And blamed her. To my surprise, everybody just went with it. And even though she protested, she was so drunk her words would not form a regular sentence. And people sent her off to bed to expel the demon from her body. Doctor, I dropped a clanger of a fart and blamed it. Successfully. On the head bridesmaid.
Guys, they said dirty little secret, not what. Unprosecuted sex crimes. Are you running out the statute of limitations clock on?
Potato.
I pooped in my ex's cat litter.
I don't have a cat. Then whose litter box did I shit in?
Wife and I are currently separating. And I've been worried because she's spent a lot of time with a guy she knows. Including staying over a lot. She has been claiming that nothing is or will happen. That it's the last thing on her mind right now. Etc. She came home last Thursday morning with a shopping bag. Where she picked up some juice for our children on the way home and put some of her own stuff in it too. I thought I'd help out when she went to work by emptying said bag. Only to pull out a suspender belt with stockings attached. So my secret is that I didn't tell her that I found that last week.
Something is definitely happening. Either with that dude or another. I went through that in 2010. Found vibrating condoms in my now ex's purse. Divorced. Married an awesome woman in 2014. Unload the cheater and start a better life. 2020 you will thank 2019 you.
I have fallen out of love with my so of 3+ years and I am way too afraid to break it off. My secret, I guess, is that I'm a cowardly little shit.
So did my ex of 5+ years. Apparently she was struggling with these emotions for a year and eventually cheated on me. When she told me about that, she told me about her doubts. I was very sad that she had these doubts. But her cheating on me really destroyed me. I feel like if she had told me about her doubts we would have broken up too. But it would have been clean and fair. Please consider talking to your so about these feelings.
I puked in my friend's staircase after too many shots. Luckily she didn't notice when we left her place the next morning and only saw it when we got back. Her and her flatmate discussed who could have done it and whether it could have been the neighbor's dog. But in the end thought it was too much puke for a dog. Despite me saying it could totally have been the dog. In the end they figured it must have been one of the downstairs neighbors who apparently are known for coming home super drunk.
Dog puke is nothing like human puke. Really bad scapegoat. Source: have had to clean up dog puke multiple times.
I masturbated with the sauna ladle handle around the age when everything was a dildo. Nobody knows. They have all touched it.
I absolutely refuse to eat a cucumber that has been stored in a home with a teen girl.
I've cracked one off in every bathroom of every office I've ever worked.
This isn't normal.
I've masturbated to nearly every decent-looking female I've ever met. And still look them straight in the face like I'm innocent.
Ever met that one fat girl who isn't too fat but noticeably bigger than most and had a pretty face? And huge thighs and ass you just wanted to fuck senseless? Okay, I guess it's 17-year-old me in high school then.
I'm a pretty handsome guy and everyone thinks I have an easy time talking to girls. However, I'm awkward as shit and I also wear women's clothing. To elaborate further, I do it in private and don't often tell women about it. On one occasion one girl went shoe shopping with me and that's how I got my first pair of high heels. I love pantyhose. I love it on women. And I love it more so on myself. Sometimes I would wear full lingerie underneath my normal clothes and go to school or work.
Escalated quickly at the end.
My mom assumes I lost my virginity to my first serious boyfriend in high school. In reality, it was one of the guys working construction on the new house behind us. Definitely glad I faked sick from school that day.
I'm actually Doom 88er.
The dead mice skeletons in a coffee cup in my room from like 10 years ago. I had a pet snake at the time. And my parents and I were going somewhere for like 2 days. I was supposed to feed the snake the next day. And I wasn't sure if I should feed it before we left or after we got back, a day too early or a day late. I asked my father and he said to feed her now. So as I start defrosting the mice in a cup of warm water, my mother comes down and says to feed her when we get back. We're leaving in a few minutes. I, being a confused child, panicked because I had it in my head that I couldn't refreeze the mice as they would be bad. But I didn't want them to go to waste. I ended up shoving them in a corner on my dresser and covering the cup with some random stuff. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I think it would be the shame of being seen if I tried to put them back or throw them out that made me do it. At first I didn't clean it up because I thought it would be smell super bad if I moved the stuff. And I was terrified of being seen. After a while I kinda forgot about it since the stuff it's under is never really moved. And now I don't even sleep in that room anymore. It's used for storage. No one knows my strange childhood shame. And it's just never on the top of my to-do list as an adult.
I shower naked.
You slut.
Hash nice try FBI.
I lied through my teeth when I said I wasn't depressed anymore to stop my family from worrying.
Picked up a box of the street, the size of a matchbox, had some heft to it. Pocketed it and walked home. Turns out there were bullets in it and owning said bullets is illegal in my country, so now I'm trying to figure out a way of disposing of them without getting caught or ending up injuring some poor dump truck worker.
When I was probably around 8 or 9, I was raped by my babysitter and assaulted on multiple occasions. My mom thought I did it willingly and had a sex talk with me. I've never told anyone about this. His older brother also held a knife to my throat as a joke, but it was terrifying. Edit: this blew up a bit. I'd like to preface by saying my mom threw I was just starting to experiment with sexuality, which isn't okay at that age anyways, but hey, it is what it is. And secondly, this is a throwaway account. I've been in and out of therapy all my life and I feel like I've dealt with it sorta okay. I really do appreciate all the kind words. Also, I am a girl.
Around 8 or 9. My mom thought I did it willingly and had a sex talk with me. No offense, but your parents are fucking dolts and I apologize on behalf of their ineptitude that you had to go through any of this.
Most of the time. Save for a few select people in my circle. I don't really care about what goes in with their lives. I just ask things to be polite.
I actually like a few Nickelback songs.
Honestly, this is too far. Absolutely disgusting.